One of the hardest things I currently struggle with as a beginner artist is not hands, not feet, but choosing what to draw. I will browse Pinterest or Google for a reference to study and draw from, and finding that perfect image will usually take me an hour or so. So I came up with an idea that might sound stupid. Instead of browsing endlessly on the internet for something that catches my eye, what if I just narrow it down to one thing and draw that thing over and over again? That way I can save time browsing and more time actually drawing. But here's the problem. The first question is, can you even improve at art by drawing the same thing over and over? To prove that this challenge works, I will be putting my skills to the test by drawing my OC subgenre that I created from my 30-day video into a full finished illustration. And since drawing faces was one of my main weaknesses, simplifying things by drawing the same character may help with this issue, right? The character I picked for this video is Kana. I picked her because she is my favorite character, and since I'm gonna be stuck drawing the same thing for a month, I figured I should draw something I like. So for the first Kana I drew, I actually didn't use a reference until the very end. I was messing around with my tablet to get used to digital art because it's actually my first week drawing digitally after spending a month on traditional drawing. And since this is a character that I look at every day, I can kinda picture how I want to draw her. So this is a rough sketch I did on her. Then comes the hard and grueling part, the line art. Line art was quite the struggle. I was having a lot of trouble transitioning from traditional to digital art because I'm staring at my screen instead of a paper. Doing line art on traditional was actually my favorite step of the drawing process, but on digital, that was a different story. After 2 hours of meticulous tracing, my line art was finally finished. Over the course of the next few Kana drawings, I drew mostly front faces, and they all look pretty good. I feel like I was getting used to drawing on digital, and drawing the same character really helped me get the gist of the basics down. Motivation is at an all-time high, and even though I've been drawing the same character, I was comfortable and having a lot of fun. However, this was a huge mistake. You see, I knew deep down I was not gonna get better by just drawing the front profile. I felt like I was stuck because I've been drawing the same character in the front view over and over again, not really learning anything new. There was something missing. I got complacent, and this was a big no-no. I was not trying new things and letting a week go by just like that. I knew I had to step outside my comfort zone and learn new things in order to improve. Even if I'm drawing the same character, I can always draw her in different poses and angles. So for my second week of drawing Kana, I drew her exclusively in a 3/4 view, and the results were pretty bad at first. I could see the clear inconsistencies in my art, and I could not for the life of me draw her face the same way. I tried out different angles, poses, but compared to the references I used, my face just looked wrong. This was giving me flashbacks because a similar thing happened in my 30 days challenge. It was obvious that drawing a character in a 3/4 view was my main weakness, and I've been pretending that it doesn't exist until now. Determined to fix this problem, I spent the next few weeks just drawing 3/4 angles, and I zeroed in and made sure to focus on one thing at a time. The proportions, placement of facial features, and forms are the 3 things that I paid special attention to. The difference between drawing a front profile and a 3/4 profile is the form. I am basically forced to understand the structure of the head in 3D. Once I got that down, I moved on to proportions and the placements of the eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. And the best thing is, even though I've only been drawing the same character for over 2 weeks, I still feel like I'm learning something new every day, which helped me stay motivated. Like taking my first 3/4 view I drew to the ones I drew a couple weeks later, and putting them side by side, I could see improvements, and I can finally feel like something clicked for me. One of the biggest advantages drawing digitally compared to traditionally is coloring. I don't want to get too in-depth, but the short answer is, I don't need to use a pencil sharpener or waste half of a color pencil just to color one piece of art. You also don't need to worry about mistakes because of the magic Ctrl-Z undo button. This makes everything 100 times easier. So I decided to pick the best 3/4 view Kana that I've drawn so far and color it. There were definitely some challenges and struggles to learn the coloring process, which I will share in depth in my next video. Alright, so far this month, I've been drawing the same character over and over again. Does this mean I am a Kana drawing one trick? Or can I draw something different? Time to put this to the test. To prove that I improved, I will be drawing a different character for the first time in over a month, subgenre. Just a quick TLDR, Subjung was an OC I created on day 26 of my original drawing for 30 days challenge, and now I'll be drawing her using this reference. I came across this reference using Pinterest, so I don't know if it's AI or not, and if it is, I hope I'm not breaking some unwritten rule of using an AI art for a reference. But this pose really inspired me, so I basically used this to draw Subjung in the same pose and colored it. Comparing her to my original one I drew around 2 months ago, she definitely evolved. I tweaked some parts, she looked a bit meaner in a way, and she's wearing a different outfit, similar to the one I used from this reference, except for this part. I also gave her a pet, and she's holding it on her head, and his name is Scribe-kun. In case you didn't figure it out, Subjung and Scribe-kun are telling you to subscribe to the channel. So if you have a character that you really like, drawing him or her will definitely help you improve. For me, it helped me improve mentally because I would usually be stuck and worry on who I should draw. But when I'm drawing the same character, I could skip this step and narrow right to my weakness, like a pose I want to learn and improve on, and the result is pretty remarkable.